The year is ending. You can feel it in the way time has begun to accelerate, the days collapsing into each other as the calendar empties its final pages. Soon, a new year will begin, and with it, the familiar ritual of promises. You will tell yourself that this year will be different, that you will finally become the person you have been waiting to become, that the change you have postponed will finally arrive. But here is what you already know. You have made these promises before, last year, the year before that, years stretching back further than you care to count. Each January began with conviction. Each December ended with the quiet recognition that not much had actually changed. The goals you set remained unmet. The transformation you imagined remained unimagined. And now, facing another ending, you feel the weight of everything you are still carrying. Everything you brought into this year that you will bring into the next, unless something shifts. Here is what no one tells you about change. The problem is rarely that you need to add something new. The problem is that you are carrying too much that is old. Your hands are so full of what you have been holding that you cannot grasp what is being offered. Your mind is so crowded with outdated beliefs, unhealed wounds, and patterns that no longer serve you that there is no room for fresh possibility. Before you can become who you want to become, you must release who you have been. The Japanese have a philosophy for this essential work. They call it Danshari. The word combines three characters. Dan means to refuse what does not belong. Sha means to discard what is no longer useful. Ri means to separate from attachment itself. Together, Danshari describes a process of radical release, not just of physical objects, but of everything that clutters life and prevents movement. Danshari originated as an approach to organizing physical spaces, but its deepest application is internal. The Japanese understood that external clutter reflects internal clutter. The objects you cannot discard represent emotions you cannot process, identities you cannot release, futures you cannot accept, you will never have. Clearing your external space is practice for the harder work of clearing your internal one. There was a Zen master named Ryokan who lived in the 18th century in a small hut on a mountainside. He owned almost nothing: a robe, a bowl, a few books. One night, a thief entered his hut while Ryokan was away. The thief searched everywhere but found nothing worth stealing. When Ryokan returned and discovered what had happened, he felt sadness. Not for himself, but for the thief who had left empty-handed. The next night, Ryokan sat outside his hut naked, having left his only robe folded on the floor inside. When the thief returned, he found the robe waiting for him. In the moonlight, Ryokan watched the thief take it and leave. He wrote later that he wished he could have given the thief the beautiful moon as well. Ryokan had mastered Danshari so completely that even being robbed became an opportunity for generosity. He held nothing so tightly that losing it caused suffering. This is the state you must move toward as the year ends. Not necessarily Ryokan's extreme simplicity, but his relationship to holding and releasing. The willingness to let go of what you have been carrying. The recognition that lightness is not loss, but liberation. Modern psychology confirms what the Zen masters knew. Research on emotional baggage shows that unprocessed experiences, unexamined beliefs, and unresolved conflicts consume significant mental resources. They run in the background of your mind like programs you forgot to close, slowing everything down. Letting go is not just spiritual advice, it is cognitive hygiene. The more you release, the more capacity you have for what actually matters. Here are 12 things you must let go of before 2026 begins. The first is the need for everyone to approve of you. You have spent years shaping yourself to be acceptable to people who may not matter. This constant adjustment has cost you connection to your actual self. Release the need for universal approval. Some people will not like you. Let them. The second is perfectionism. You have used the pursuit of perfect as permission to never finish, never ship, never risk being seen. Perfectionism is not high standards. It is fear wearing a sophisticated costume. Release the demand that everything be flawless. Done is better than perfect. Finished is better than polished. The third is the past version of yourself. You are not who you were 5 years ago. You are not who you were last year. But you keep making decisions as if that old self is still in charge. Release the identity you have outgrown. Let the person you have become make choices for the life you have now. The fourth is resentment toward those who hurt you. You have been carrying this weight, believing that releasing it means excusing what they did. It does not. Forgiveness is not about them. It is about you refusing to let their actions occupy space in your mind any longer. Release the resentment. It is poisoning you, not them. Here is the truth that changes everything about letting go. You believe that holding on protects you, that the grudge keeps you safe from being hurt again, that the perfectionism prevents failure, that the need for approval ensures connection. But the opposite is true. What you grip most tightly is what controls you most completely. The thing you cannot release is the thing that has power over your life. Letting go is not weakness. It is the ultimate act of strength. It is choosing freedom over the illusion of security. The fifth thing to release is the need to always be right. Your certainty has cost you relationships and closed you to learning. Being right feels good in the moment but creates distance over time. Release the need to win every argument. Sometimes peace matters more than victory. The sixth is the habit of comparing yourself to others. Their highlight reel has become your measuring stick, and you always come up short, but their path is not your path. Their timeline is not your timeline. Release comparison. Run your own race at your own pace. The seventh is the fear of failure. This fear has kept you from attempting what matters most. You have chosen the safety of not trying over the vulnerability of falling short. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Release the fear. Let yourself fail forward. The eighth is relationships that drain you. Not all connections nourish. Some people take without giving. Some dynamics diminish you. You have kept these relationships out of obligation, history, or fear of being alone. Release what depletes you. Your energy is not infinite. The ninth is the belief that you are not ready. You have been preparing, planning, waiting for the right moment that never comes. The truth is that you will never feel completely ready. Readiness is a feeling that follows action, not one that precedes it. Release the waiting. Begin before you are ready. The 10th is the compulsion to overthink every decision. You have confused analysis with progress. While you weigh every option, life passes you by. Most decisions are reversible. Most mistakes are recoverable. Release the paralysis of overthinking. Decide and move. The 11th is the illusion of control. You have exhausted yourself trying to manage outcomes that were never yours to manage. People will do what they will do. Circumstances will unfold as they unfold. Your control extends only to your own choices and your own responses. Release everything else. It was never yours to hold. The 12th is the life you thought you would have by now. The timeline you imagined. The milestones you expected. The version of your future that did not arrive. Grieving this loss is appropriate, but carrying it into the next year is not. Release the life that did not happen so you can embrace the life that is possible. These 12 releases are not achieved in a single moment. Danshari is a practice, not an event. You do not let go once and never think of it again. You let go daily. You notice when you have picked something up again, and you set it back down. The practice is in the repetition, the constant choosing of lightness over weight. The samurai poet Masahide lost his barn to fire, and in that loss, he found an unobstructed view of the moon. This is what release offers. Not the absence of loss, but the presence of clarity. When the things you have been gripping finally fall away, you see what was always there behind them. Space. Possibility. The moon you could not see, while the barn stood in the way. You have been preparing for 2026 by thinking about what you want to add. Goals to set, habits to build, achievements to pursue. But perhaps the deeper preparation is subtraction. Perhaps the most important work you can do in these remaining days is to lay down what you have been carrying. To empty your hands so they are ready to receive. To clear your mind so new thoughts have room to grow. The year ahead is not yet written. Who you will be when it begins depends on what you choose to release before it starts. The heaviness you feel is not permanent, it is accumulated. Object by object, belief by belief, attachment by attachment. You picked it all up. And the same way, you can set it down. Danshari is an act of faith. It requires trusting that what remains after you release what does not serve you will be enough. That you are enough even without the armor of perfectionism, the shield of resentment, the comfort of approval. This faith is earned through practice. Each time you let go and discover you are still standing, the next release becomes easier. You do not have to enter 2026 carrying everything 2025 gave you. You get to choose. Some things deserve to come with you. They have earned their place, but much of what you carry has overstayed its welcome. It was useful once. It is useful no longer. Recognizing this difference is wisdom. Acting on it is freedom. The moon is waiting. The barn has been standing in the way long enough. If you are ready to enter the new year lighter, write in the comments, "I will let go." Thank you for watching.